Hello all, welcome to the Friday show known as Tavern Talk. I am Tristan, the owner of the server.
I'm Arthas, the administrator.
I assume I'm the most important guest ever, Epic Ramen, the sushi chef?
And the ex-game moderator.
True.
Who also has the ex-admin tag for some reason.
He's just special.
I'm very special in multiple ways.
So, Arthas, are you going to explain what Tavern Talk is?
Oh yes, of course. Tavern Talk is the weekly show where we explain various things, we show off various things, and it's to keep everybody informed and engaged, so everybody knows that there's work being done, and they can be informed on what's being done.
We're also going to bring on guest people every now and then, such as Epic Ramen. We may also do holiday shows, we may not.
We literally came up with this idea today.
In this video, we aren't actually going to show around the world very much.
While we're talking, we'll be flying through the streets and stuff.
Arthas, is there anything you would like to say? Any news?
Well, not in particular. Well, and besides what we had on our agenda to talk about today, we're going to start off by talking about how we're going to launch CAG. Or Kings and Glory, for those of you who do not use that abbreviation.
So, the way we're going to launch Kings and Glory isn't we're going to build the entire map and then launch it. What we're actually going to do, because building the map takes so long and to let player base build, we are definitely going to launch Dolaris first because we feel it will be a great place for role-playing. We are going to have sushi chefs, such as...
I think I'm the only one, and I'm gonna be the best one, so... I don't really know if you should use a plural version of that,
Well, there might be sushi chefs in the future.
Nah, they're not gonna want to compete against the best. I really don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, then I'm going to have to make an event.
Oh no.
We all know how that ends.
The sushi monopoly.
Yep.
Not for much longer.
No, don't ruin my sushi monopoly. Once
Arthas puts on his ET cap.
Oh god. I'm not quite sure what you're going to do just because of how crazy events are with you. You were going to talk about events today, weren't you?
Yes. I was going to give some Easter eggs for events.
What do you mean by Easter eggs?
Like allusions to...
Well, wouldn't that just be small previews, not Easter eggs?
Anyway, what we are in decision about for the launch event, which will be an exciting day, which showcase each of the different people groups, not necessarily each of the different regions, but the people groups. They'll start out in a sort of festival type thing. Everyone will be gathered in the city. There'll be different people from different provinces. You might get to see a lord come through the city occasionally. You might see some strange things happening that might lead to something else in the future, and then something will happen and it'll get really exciting and everybody's gonna have a great time.
We actually have a lot of events planned, and some of them are actually not one event, but a series of events.
Which are called event arcs.
Yes.
Okay, so Epic.
Yes.
Will you enlighten us on how you participate in events? Like, how do you view events? Like, what do you like about them? And give some of your past experiences.
I don't know if giving past experience is the best example here, because I don't think... Okay. I mean, I haven't participated in too many events, but
well, you died.
Once I have, but spoiler, I might have died. So, I think the most prominent one was a siege on one of the old towns on a part of the old Kings and Glory server, where my character was, I believe I was, the Lord of Winterhaven? Or
something like that.
Something along those lines. And got involved on protecting a town from a siege. And bad rolls are something that I have a tendency to have on the server quite a lot.
And for those of you who do not know what roles are, it's like there's a plugin which allows you to pick it selects a random number, and based on that number, it determines on how well you perform a task, or how lucky or unlucky you are. And we're not saying that everything's going to revolve around randomization, but sometimes the circumstance calls for something of that matter, which might be used.
Right.
But yes, pretty much in every single event Ramen participated in was led by yours truly, and he died.
Either fatal or near fatal.
But need not worry. Anyway.
So, Epic Ramen, I have some questions for you, which I know the answer to.
Uh-oh.
The people watching this video probably don't.
And I probably don't either, huh?
How long have you been part of Kings and Glory?
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm trying to think of all the different ones. It's only been, what? Not a year? Not even 2 years? If that?
It hasn't even been a year.
Feels like it has.
I've been apart for about a year-ish now.
Okay, well, if you've been apart for a year, then I'm probably like...
Actually, you might have been here for a year. I think you joined later this month. So, nearly a year.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely hasn't been over a year.
Yeah. It's so hard to remember. It feels like it's been forever.
Well, lots happened.
Yeah, that's true as well.
So, next question. What kind of character are you playing?
Right now, I'm playing the legendary sushi chef named Kato. And
Wait, is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah. Why, is that not what you thought? How did you think you pronounced it?
We thought it was Kadile.
I mean, honestly, it really doesn't matter to me. Most of it's probably going to be typed anyway. But
yeah. We also don't know how to pronounce half the stuff on this server.
I wrote some lore that is not ever going to be posted, but I made up some really, really weird words. Like, one of them was, I took a whole bunch of words I translated into a different language and I spliced them together and called it a word. Like, it was like, reach to Gidagar, or something along those lines. And it really just meant kingdom of short people. But
wow.
But that's never going to be, you're never going to see that unless you're really special.
I can't even remember what the question was now.
He's playing a sushi chef, that's all you need to know.
Oh yeah, the legendary sushi chef, yeah, that's it.
Which may not survive the first week of...
he's definitely going to survive the first week.
If Arthas has anything to say about it. He might get eaten by one of his pieces of fish.
So, tell us about how you wrote sushi lore.
How I did it personally? Basically, it actually didn't take me all that long. It took me probably, 2 or 4 hours. All I did was research the different types of sushi, which, wasn't very hard, because I eat it all the time. And all the different types of fish that are used in most common types of sushis, and then techniques of how sushi was, first created in real time, in the real world. How people came up with the idea, which is, pretty weird, eating raw fish. I don't know how anyone actually came up with that, but researched that for about, 2 hours, and just compiled it all in the most basic way possible for other people to understand.
And that's basically what lore is. It's just what it is, how it came to be, how you make it or use it, how it affects you, and depending on the lore, other things. Which lore is basically it's like a overglorified wiki of sorts, if that's relatable to you. For those of you who don't know what that is, but you probably do if you're watching this video.
Okay, so, next question. This doesn't really have to do with the server, but have you ever had eel sushi?
Eel sushi. I actually have not. I have had the opportunity to, but I didn't do it because me and my friends go to a sushi bar where you can pretty much just get whatever you want. I don't know, man. Some sushi just looks so scary. I don't even want to touch it.
I've never had sushi.
Really? None?
Okay, I will try anything but quail egg sugar.
I think I watched a video on that one.
I've had eel sushi, crab sushi, all kinds of different sushis. But I will not eat the quail egg shooter.
Alright.
Now, final question. This actually has to do with the server. How do you think Cattle will do against Kamakona?
Well, I guess I should probably explain who he is, huh? I mean, he's just some useless nobody who thinks he can beat me in a competition for the, food market, or food stall market, around town. I'm honestly, about 95% sure that most people would choose my sushi over, his, I don't even know what to call it. It's just not good.
Okay,
let's put it that way.
Let's just say that I might have a special plan for this food stall person.
Oh.
And he might actually become, maybe, say, like the Lord of Dark Magic or something. I don't know. You can hear that from me. And he might come and possess your fish with undead people and stuff.
So a little bit of trivia about this stall. This is actually a Hawaii Five-0 reference. In the show Hawaii Five-0, the new one, there is this big Samoan guy named Kamakona, and he sells shrimp. That's about it.
Yep. And that's why it's, everyone's gonna be like, oh, is that all you sell? And, they're gonna come to me instead.
So, is there anything other we want to talk about more today?
Another thing we might want to touch on is what the general aim, the goal of the Kings and Glory experience is. And I think that could be best answered by none other than our owner, Tristan.
The goal of Kings and Glory is to create a tight-knit community. That's at least our goal. Who knows how achievable that is. But it's to create a tight-knit community of role players. And we want to keep it fun and easygoing, but still not to the point where we could have metagamers and power gamers running free and doing whatever they want.
Yes, it's supposed to be an enjoyable experience where you can come back and enjoy playing a character in a make-believe world that you can be immersed in via Minecraft and the Conquest Texture Pack. That's just about it for this episode of Tavern Talk.
If you have any suggestions or anything you want us to talk about, just post it in the comments. We'll look over it, and most possibly, we don't know, some of them we might not be able to do, some of them just might want to keep a surprise for later, but we'll try to get to it if we possibly can, and we'll try to answer it in another video. So, that's it for today. Goodbye.